1031 exchanges can be great for my real estate investors, but there are some risks involved with them, and you need to understand them if you're going to be investing in real estate and you're going to be conducting a transaction like this. Pay attention, because I'm going to talk about some of the things that real estate investors don't pay attention to when they do a 1031 exchange. So the very first thing is you need to use a qualified intermediary. I don't know how many times I've run across someone who thinks they can just sell a property, they can take in all of those proceeds and they can roll those proceeds into a new property, do this whole transaction by themselves, and think that they can avoid any capital gains through 1031. You must use a qualified intermediary with a 1031 exchange. And if you don't use a qualified intermediary, the entire thing is a wash and the transaction does not count, and you will have to pay taxes on any capital gains that you may have. Something else real estate investors need to watch out for is something called boot. Boot is just simply a taxable transaction in your 1031 exchange. Some examples of this could be if you sold a property at $300,000 and then you rolled over the proceeds into a new property that was only worth $250,000. That excess $50,000 that you did not roll over, that would be considered boot, and that would be taxable. Boot can come in many shapes and forms. Sometimes it can come in the form of loan payment. Sometimes it can come in the form of other assets. Let's say that you sell a property for $500,000 and you roll the proceeds over into a new property that's worth, let's say, $450,000. But they give you a $50,000 vehicle on top of that to reach the full $500,000. That $50,000 vehicle is considered boot because in a 1031 exchange, you can only exchange real property for other real property. Buildings for buildings, land for land, land for buildings, buildings for land. Those are the only things that count.